Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce, my name Muhammad Yusril Wahyu Rizky from Group 6 and here all my friends. In this video, we will show the above presentation with title Analysis of PLGA polylactic glycolic acid nanoparticle for the cancer treatment at human, a potential substitute for carbon nanotube.
Muhammad Ardi Samudra Rizky, NIM 102221023. Microorganism and cancer have been a major challenge to the global health system for decades. Conventional cancer therapy such as surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy often cause side effects that reduce patient quality of life. Nanomaterial, with their extremely small size, 1 to 100 nanometer, offer revolutionary potential in cancer treatment, as they can penetrate cancer cell more easily and deliver drug precisely to the tumor site, thereby minimizing side effect on the healthy tissue. Materials such as nanotube and PLGA or polylactic glycolic acid are often used in cancer therapy. Recently, various nanometer drug carriers have been developed, including carbon nanotube or CNT. However, CNT can cause toxic effect on the body, including cell damage, inflammation, carcinogenicity, and systemic toxicity, which depend on surface modification, in vivo aggregation degree, and nanoparticle concentration. Therefore, this report will discuss PLGA, which was chosen for its biocompatibility and biodegradability, allowing it to be used to create nanoparticles that transport drug in a controlled and targeted manner directly to the cancer cell, minimizing side effect on the healthy tissue.
What's polylactic glycolic acid nanoparticle? PLGA nanoparticles are nano-sized particles made from PLGA polymer, which causes of lactic acid and glycolic acid. These nanoparticles are known for their biocompatibility and biodegradability, making them highly suitable for medical applications, especially in drug delivery. In cancer therapy, PLGA nanoparticles are used to transport drugs in a controlled and targeted manner directly to the cancer cell. Their nanoscale size allows them to penetrate cancerous tissue more effectively, increasing drug accumulations at the tumor site and reducing side effects on healthy tissue. Once the job is done, PLGA naturally breaks down into lactic acid and glycolic acid, which can be metabolized by the body without leaving any harmful residues. In this video, we will discuss about polylactic glycolic acid or PLGA and PLGA nanoparticle electrostatically conjugated with polyethylamine PET's co-delivery system for epirubicin and paclitaxel as a plasma material for carbon nanotubes as an anti-cancer drugs.
Hello, my name is Kevin Krishna Armando Lipung. My number name 10222000993. The following are the main characteristics to prove the PLGA nanomaterial have been well tested so that they can be said to better the carbon nanotubes. For Manan PLGA, it can be said that it has been well including number 1, suitable nanoparticle size for uptake by dendritic cell. 2. Special nanoplastic particle with a smooth surface. And 3. The addition of Manan increases the size of nanoparticle but is still suitable for uptake by the trick cell. And then for PLGA, the characteristics are: number 1, homogeneous nanoparticle size distribution, 2, high zeta potential, and 3, increased cytotoxic effective, and many others.
Okay, next I'm gonna explain the advantage and the problem of the PLGA for the carbon nanotubes on the medicine application. These advantages include having a nanoparticle size suitable for uptake by dendritic cells. The second one is the nanoplastic particles are spherical with the smooth surface. The third one is binding of the Manan to the nanoparticle surface can improve the effectiveness of antigen delivery. Next one is PLGA has a good biodegradability, biocompatibility, and biological stability, and has been approved by the FDA. The last one is homogeneous size distribution, high zeta potential, increased cytotoxic effectiveness. This suggests that these nanoparticles have potential as an effective drug delivery method in cancer treatment. Meanwhile, while compared to the carbon nanotubes, based on 2 publications of the International Journal of Medicine entitled Toxicity of Carbon Nanotubes as Anti-Tumor Drug Carriers and Biocompatibility and Carcinogenicity of Carbon Nanotube as a Material. It is known that carbon nanotubes has several problems, such as the first one is CNT's toxicity can affect human health and the environment. The second is biocompatibility. Some studies shows that CNTs can cause inflammatory reactions or other biological disorder. The last one is dispersions and the agglomerations affecting poor distributions may reduce the effectiveness and the application of CNTs. That's all from me.
Okay, here I will explain about the characterization of new PLGA material synthesis with Manan and nanoparticle electrostatically conjugated with polyethylene mains PEA based co-delivery system for epirubikin and particle to replace carbon nanotube as an anti-cancer stimulant. And number 1, Manan polylactic co-glycolic acid PLGA. The main characterization in this study was FEC, field emission scanning electroscopy, and supported by physicochemical characteristic and flow cytometric analysis. FSM we use to determine the 3D structure and morphology of the nanoparticle. The result show that all nanoparticle includes ENPS, TCL NPS, TCL poly IC NPS, and TCL poly IC NP MNS. They're spherical in shape with smooth surface. The smooth and homogeneity of this PLGA Manan particle are important for anti-tumor application as they enhance penetration in tumor tissues, enable effective delivery of antigen and adjuvant, and stimulate a strong immune response against tumor. To support the FECM result, physicochemical characterization is performed with the following result. The size increase in Manan decorate nanoparticle was due the addition of Manan. However, all size remains sustainable for uptake by dendritic cell. The polydisplexity IDX PDI for all nanoparticle was an inacute range, with a slight increase in Manan decorate nanoparticle. Flow cytometric analysis saw the splenic cell isolated from mass treated with MN-PLGA. Nanoparticles show increased expression of CD107I compared to the control group. This suggests activation of cytotoxic T cell, which is important in anti-tumor immune response. Number 2. PLGA, PAI, API, PTX. Then for the material nanoparticle electrostatic conjugated with polyethylene PAI-based co-delivery system for epirubikin and partly tackle the main characterization in this study, atomic force microscopy (AFM), and supports by FTIR, Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, characterization, and optical microscopy analysis. AFM is used to study the surface of material on a nanometer scale with very high resolution. This test is very important because it can provide in-depth information about the effective and potential of PLGA, PAI, API, PTX nanoparticle in cancer treatment. The result show that the nanoparticle have a average size in the range 100 to 150 nanometer, which is considered adequate for effective drug accumulation in tumor cell, through enhanced permeability and retention APR effect. To support the FM result, FTIR test was conjugated with the following result. FTIR was used to analyze the chemical interaction between nanoparticle components. The FTIR test results show a shift in the absorption peaks indicating the interaction between PLGA, PAI, IPA, and PTX, which changes the absorption peaks of the CO and CO bonds. In addition, absorption peaks indicating the formation of secondary amide bonds were also detected, indicating chemical interaction between the nanoparticle component. Furthermore, optical microscope analysis show the API has intrinsic fluorescence property that allow monitoring of nanoparticle uptake along with the drop inside the cell. API refers to epirubikin, which is a chemotherapy agent used in the treatment of various cancer, including breast cancer, gastric cancer, and colon cancer. When compared to carbon nanotube, which has the main characterization of thin transmission electron microscopy, which is used to visualize the interaction between carbon nanotube with BIS-2B and MSO1 cell after exposure for 24 hours. The results show no overlap in the signal of early endosome and CRT in the cytoplasm of BS2B and MSO1 cell. The lysosomal distribution of VGCF and VGFS and CCL was more clearly seen by tip figure 2AB for AC and for AE. Two holes were observed in the process of VGFX aggregate figure 2AG. Although meso-1 cell were exposed to MWW, CNTS, and GCNTS and tenfold higher concentration than BS2B cell. CNT fiber and agglomerates were not specifically associated with lysosome and instead were distributed throughout the cytoplasm while being removed from the nucleus with no obvious effect on adhesion or viability. To support of the term, result LSM, laser scanning, confocal microscopy, and total reactive oxygen species (ROS) assays were performed. LSM testing is used to study the process of endostosis, which is the mechanism by which cells absorb extracellular particles such as CNT and the LSM as a result, so the carbon nanotube be internalized by cell and interact with cellular components such as endosome and lysosomes. This method provides important information about the mechanism of carbon nanotubes internalization and interaction with cellular. The reactive oxygen species was used to measure the total amount of rust and superoxide produced by the cell after exposure to CNT. The result of the rust is as though the total rust production increased after exposure to carbon nanotube, such as WCNTS and GSGNTS in BIS2B and MSO1 cell. Exposure to carbon nanotube also increase the level of oxide stress and superoxide dismutase activity in the cell. In conclusion, to conclude this report, one is of the nanoparticle into vitro assay have been conjugated to understand the biology response to a particular substance or material such as carbon nanotube and PLGA. In vitro test method include the use of cell or tissues culture in petri dishes or test tubes to evaluate the effect of a substance on cell, such as the cytotoxicity, cell membrane permeability, and absorption of the substance. The result concluded the although carbon nanotube play an important role as anti-cancer drug carrier, they have limitations such as retention in the body and potential low such as cell damage, inflammation, carcinogenity, organ toxicity, and chemical reactivity which is harmful in the long run. In contrast, PLGA nanoparticle degrades with smaller and containing tumor cell, and poly-IC saw significant anti-tumor effect. In a study on mice with breast cancer, this nanoparticle triggered a strong immune response and reduce the tumor growth and long metastasis. In addition, combination therapy using PLGA PAI nanoparticle with epirubicin and partly tackle PLGA PAI PTX and NPS saw high potential in the treatment of lung cancer by improving efficiency and anti-cancer potency compared to carbon nanotube.